Right. So, picking up where
Thank you.
Sounds like it's fuck o'clock.
I like that it's become a running thing that every time I start recording, some random thing happens before I start the recap.
That's just how it works all the time.
Sorry.
I said distract me, so you can blame it on me if you really want to.
I think my favorite one is still when you opened with Alexa play Despacito and then it actually started doing it.
God.
Anyway.
Oh.
So, you all have a house now. Some of you are, you all got back from rescuing Floon, and by extension, Rainier.
Oh shit, I actually just realized they're playing Waterdeep, which means I'm gonna have to grapple. Okie dokie.
Yeah, so you rescued them, you had a tussle with the Xanathar Guild, encountered a Mind Flayer who didn't really want anything to do with you, and just...
We were all too stupid and didn't care.
Yeah, that might have been part of it. Not your brains weren't appetizing enough.
Wow!
I mean, all those nat ones, it probably wanted nothing to do with us.
And then, yeah, Volo gave you guys a manor that you got to check out and crash in. The ownership has been transferred, and that is where we are opening up. So what I wanna start out with is as you all sort of wake up, and actually I should start with this session's going to be a little different because it's going to be happening over a span of several days as you all sort of get accumulated in Waterdeep into your new surroundings and do what you want to do. So what I want to start with is what are your guys' morning routines or daily routines in your new surroundings?
Jesus Christ. Just laughing maniacally. That's morning routine.
Yeah, he wakes up, has a good laugh. Okay, I guess I'll go first because I already know what my guy does. So, wake up in the morning, 7:30.
Oh my
god. Roll up out of bed and get So basically, Thalas's morning routine is he'd wake up, he would feed Sigurd, he'd feed Siggy. Whatever he could find. He'd sharpen his blade. He'd grab his edgelord cloak, disappear for a couple hours, and maybe come back.
Okay, so does he generally try to avoid interacting with the rest in the mornings?
Oh, you can fucking bet he does. He avoids the drunk the most.
I guess that's a good transition as any. Speaking of the drunk.
Hold on, I gotta move over. I was making a sandwich.
What does Sylvia's morning look like?
Well, considering that she's now in a new place and she's trying to get used to sleeping on top of a bar, her morning routine would probably be waking up, trying to walk and falling off from the table, crawling back onto the table, grabbing a couple of drinks from behind the bar and going back to sleep for a couple of hours until somebody tries to wake her up.
All right.
Drinking.
So on that note, the tavern did not come pre-stocked with alcohol. Oh,
okay. So she would have to make her own.
That or that's true. You do have proficiency with brewing supplies, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
Just make some morning breakfast beer.
I'll say you probably have a bunch fermenting at any given time.
Probably.
Okay.
There we go.
Who else wants to go? Who next?
You're gonna have to give me a minute, so...
Alright.
So Sigurd wakes up in the morning, eats the food that's given to him, and then he wakes up in the morning, 7:30, puts his shoes on.
Alright, Ace, what do you do?
God, at this point, I swear to God, Thalos is going to wake up feeling like P. Diddy.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Why?
And we have a Kesha reference. Anyway. It's gonna be one of those sessions.
Oh, it's gonna go downhill every, I don't know, 30 seconds.
I'm okay with this.
Alright. So, Ace, what are you, how are you sort of acclimating to this new house?
Ace is a pretty adaptable guy. He usually spends time in inns, so he's not exactly used to having a bigger space. But it doesn't take him long. He doesn't need much in the morning. You know, he gets up, he makes sure his cards are on him, he makes sure he can still slide cards in and out of his sleeve and such, and downstairs and, like, drinks whatever the equivalent of coffee around here is.
And as he gets downstairs the first day or so, he notices that Sylvia is in fact passed out on the bar itself rather than in any of the rooms.
Just so you guys know, I actually did type up the special ladies list.
Okay, good to know.
Oh my god.
I like to imagine Ace with tired eyes just holding his coffee, looks down at Sylvia, goes to the farthest table away from her and sits down.
So, like, your early morning meal is interrupted every now and then by the sound of loud snoring, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Probably, but it's nothing louder than some of the taverns he's been in. So
pretty impressive volume for a halfling, though, considering the size.
Good lung capacity.
Yep. And Rhys, are you ready?
Rhys sleeps. He's more of a nocturnal kid, so it takes him a really long time to get up.
All right.
Hey, Phoebe.
When he does, it's like almost noon. If not, he'll probably go out to get something to eat and come back and just kind of sit there and watch people.
Phoebe, would you be
People watching is fun.
if I gave your character a cup?
A cup of what?
Just a cup.
You just sit there and look at it like,
It would be Rhys's cup.
"Hey, I hate you."
The delayed reaction.
Why?
You knew he was going to get there eventually.
No! There's something he wouldn't.
Rhys, why do you keep giving me these cups? Oh, I don't know. I find it kind of funny for some reason. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Just here, these are your cups now. What?
As for Ayal, he basically busies himself sort of tidying things up. The tavern was a little...
Does that make him the butler?
Maybe. He's just finding ways to occupy himself. Because clearing up cobwebs and opening shutters and stuff like that. Sort of taking care of the clutter.
Stop! You're ruining the aesthetic of the house!
With his bird-like feet.
What
about
aesthetic?
aesthetic?
Feather duster. Get it?
I didn't even know you had an aesthetic.
These cobwebs make it dark, brooding. Why would you take that away?
At this point, to annoy you.
Just don't touch his room. I'd be scared to see what he would do to you.
I'd be scared to see his room.
True. Not gonna lie.
Alright. So, do you guys have anything you specifically wanted to get to for your first couple of days?
Oh, there was that thing that me and Rhys's cup were gonna do.
This is true.
What are you doing with my cup? Actually, don't answer that question. I don't want to know.
Well, my character needs to restock on some supplies.
Ooh, okay. So Sylvia, what exactly are you trying to get? Just like I assume lots of booze?
Yeah, she just wants to stock up her bar.
Okay.
No, I don't think she has a lot of gold on her, so she'll find ways.
Okay.
Yeah, with 10 gold, she's definitely gonna stock up.
Okay, so for 10 gold, you can get. Let's see. Yeah, you can do. Are you looking for like good stuff, or are you fine with?
No, always cheap.
Always cheap. Okay. In that case, you can get about. Let me see here. You can get about a good 50 gallons of ale for that.
Oh shit! No.
Oh.
Like the
No.
cheap stuff.
DM, retract that.
I'm using the recommended prices, dude. You can typically get a gallon of ale for 2 silver. So.
Oh.
Not wrong.
So yeah, you managed to get a good supply going. You're not going to run out anytime soon.
Yes.
Thalos, did you want to go with Rhys to do the thing?
Me and Rhys's pieces. I'm gonna cut him up. I'll cut him up in his sleep, and he'll be Rhys's pieces.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
All right,
Hey,
so,
are you? Is your character kind of thin and tall? He's like a Reese's stick.
First it was the fucking Gerard Way jokes. Now this. I'm gonna leave.
Reese's Fields.
When I
Yes, let's go
was
visit my.
a young boy, my father took me into the Wawa to get some Reese's. She like.
Rhys feels personally attacked.
I don't need to stand for this shit.
All right, so
This is beautiful.
so essentially one morning, Thalos, you go up to Rhys to follow up on a previous lead.
You remember you sort of mentioned you might know someone I might be looking for, or your parents do.
Yes. Hoping you wouldn't ask again.
Okay, well, I'm insinuating you could let me talk with them.
Alright. Let's go.
All right, so you guys head out towards Rhys's house, and the way the city is laid out, you're starting. So you're basically it's a. Would you say it's morning at this point, or are you doing this at afternoon?
Rhys wouldn't be awake in the morning.
Okay,
So we'll say noon and or afternoon.
all right, so afternoon. And the north. So you head out from the north ward towards the sea ward, where the house Oletum is. And as we approach that, Rhys, Phoebe, tell me a little more about the house. There's like, because it's not just a place of residence, right?
Oh, yes. So there's the main house, and then there's a smaller, like, offshoot to it. Hold on, let me pull the thing up again.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, like, part of it is house, and part of it is, like, private hospital.
Right. So it's sort of like there's like a wing, in other words.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dear.
No way.
No way.
So yeah.
Sounds like your dad's in disbelief, Ethan.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, this is why I had to move next to the clocks as a football game in the other room, and the dining room is directly next to the TV room. So
That'll do.
you would just
Oh, I know the spatial thing. Maybe move up
Yeah,
into
everyone
the
else does
brown
not.
room. Yeah, maybe move up into the brown room.
I could have, but there's actually some dead outlets up there. We're getting that fixed soon. But
Okay. What about you? Doesn't your room
the
have
front
working
room.
outlets?
What?
Well,
the
I didn't
outlets
hear
in
you.
my room are all really weirdly placed.
Or-
Oh.
I'd be sitting on the floor right now.
Well, you can sit on your bed. I mean, isn't your cable?
No,
long enough?
it doesn't go that far, and we don't have a spare extension cord at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just checking.
All right, so so you guys approach the house, and Thalos, you come to see this house, which is large, respectable. You've seen nobles' houses. You know what to expect.
Gerald appears from the multiverse.
Oh my God.
Who lives in this dump?
Gerald is a bit of a special case, but yes.
Kick Gerald back into his multiverse.
Yeah.
Shoo.
No,
This is the wrong campaign.
The day Gerald gets his hand on a spell jamming ship is like the last day I ever played D&D. That's just
Oh,
that's
God.
the
When Gerald can just
he wouldn't
show
know
up.
how to operate it.
end. That's true.
Could Gerald can show up anywhere at any time?
Yeah.
Gerald becomes omnipotent.
Anyway, so yeah, Thalos. The only unusual thing about this house is the aforementioned offshoot, which is looks like this whole wing that seems almost separate from the rest of the house.
Okay.
Kind of like curtained off awkwardly.
So he can mention that or not. It's up to him. But
It's what's with the strange-looking section over there? Is that where?
Oh,
the
that's
head
just their
lives?
private hospital. Don't worry about it.
Private hospital.
Yes, some of the richer people in Waterdeep like to come to our house to heal, 'cause public hospitals are too much for them. Yeah, I know it's a little prissy, but
Oh no! It's,
family makes pretty good money off of it.
Hey, you do what you gotta do to make a living. Thalos is going to take a note of that.
okay, he takes a mental
Okay.
note.
Are you putting it like?
No, he writes it down on paper.
Mhm. Okay. So you go up to the door. Which one of you wants to knock?
I'm just gonna walk in.
Oh, okay, that's fair. It is your house.
Thalos could try and knock.
So you
You're
try-
like, look back at Thalos. Why are you knocking? Just come in.
That's a good point. Yeah. So you enter it to the, I assume, the foyer. It's
The foyer.
the foyer. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. How fancy on a scale of like fancy to not fancy? How fancy is the Oleedom house?
If not
Fine dining
fancy
and
is
breathing.
0 and very fancy is 10, then we'll say like an 8.
Okay, so it's got the big, I assume the big curved staircase in the foyer.
Yeah, the nice chandelier, the like dark wood everything, because dark wood everything, is
Sure.
fancy.
Sure. So as you come in, you hear movement from upstairs pretty immediately, and coming down the staircase in response to the noise is Thalos. You see a large man, like 6'4".
Dear God.
He's got thick dark hair and like a big bushy beard, and he's
Kind of instinctively, Thalos puts one hand on his axe.
you do that, but like this guy, and then this guy doesn't have he doesn't look like a thug or anything. He doesn't have like beat up bandit clothing or anything. It's fine noble attire. And he's
Yeah, but then he does that like
Right.
quickly, and then he just slides his hand away.
right, and he has dark brown eyes, and he says, Rhys, you're home.
Yeah?
Who's with you? Who is this?
A friend, he has some questions for you and Mom.
Very
If
well.
Mom's home. I hope Mom isn't home.
She's out at the moment, along with
God.
the twins and your the older of your sisters.
No, I mean, alright.
Yeah, what can I do for you? And he comes down to you, Thalos, and holds his hand out. And actually, real quick, Rhys, how do you pronounce his name? Aldahire?
Aldahire.
Yeah. He holds his hand and says, "The name is Aldahire."
Thalos will shake his hand with his left. They call me Bernard.
Okay. He says,
Or
well,
not. I'm just gonna give him a funny look.
Salos is just kind of like the corner of his mouth like twitches for a moment when he says the name.
Very well. Bernard, don't get many dark elves around here. It's that a curious sight.
They don't quite trust us too much.
Yes, so we don't judge here at House Elitum. It's what brings you to Fine City is your business. And he claps his hands together. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a friend of mine. Mayhaps have come through here at a time or another. He's very, very hard to mistake.
Sorry. Did you say he?
I said she.
Oh, she. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on. What would this individual look like?
Gold skin, paladin.
Gold skin. You would be. That was a. I'm surprised you would come asking about that. That was a few years ago. The name of Rhys, I believe.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Yes. She came in asking some questions about the Order of the Gauntlet. Looking to join up, she was.
Salos kind of like his fist clenches for a little bit, but goes back to normal.
Yes, I'm not a member myself, but we Elitums as clerics have a good relationship with them, so I was inclined to help her out.
I see. Do you perhaps might know where I could find this Order of the Gauntlet? I think I might want to join up myself.
Well, their main base of operations is the Halls of Justice, which is the local temple to Tyr. You can find it in the Castle Ward. Can't miss it. Biggest temple in the city.
Oh, I'll bet.
And then he says to you, Rhys, are you planning to stay, or are you just visiting?
I might pop in and say hi to Elodie, but I'm not gonna stay for very long. Oh yeah, by the way, I acquired a house. It's got roommates though, so.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure there will be less tension around here at the very least.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's gonna need some fixing up, and I seem to be one of the more privileged members of the group. So if I come by asking for a little help with that, you wouldn't mind, would you?
I would not mind. I can't speak for your mother, unfortunately.
I mean, I can help around the house if you want. I'll put up with her crap for a couple days, but...
I'm tempted to say that's like the noise as the twins walk in the door, but no, I'm not going to do that.
No, that's Ethan's parents watching football.
I think the Eagles may have scored.
They get a little into it.
They may have.
Imagine if I was where I normally was, which is the room directly next to them.
No, because one time when I was sleeping over his house, we were upstairs and they were watching football, and we were like all the way up in the corner of the house, and we just like talking, and we just hear, ah, 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 ah. We're like, yeah,
Oh my god.
And my parents have powerful voices.
You can tell.
Well, anyway, he says, well, at any rate, if you come by and your mom's not around, I'll see if I can help you out a little on the sly. And he gives you a wink. And he says,
All right.
At any rate, I'm sure Elodie would love to see you. She's in her usual place.
How's she been doing lately?
All right. Nothing really to note.
Exasperating.
Positive or,
Good.
or otherwise.
As she should be. Alright, I'll see you later, Dad.
He nods, and he turns to you again, Thalos, and says, good again to meet you, Bernard.
Yeah. You perhaps might know or have a bathroom, yes?
Absolutely, certainly. Right up the stairs, and he gives you a couple directions.
Thalos will go to the bathroom.
Okay.
But in the
We're
bathroom,
going to the medical wing.
in the bathroom, I'm going to use ethereal instability.
Okay. We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Rhys, what were you saying?
I'm just gonna go to the medical, Rhys is gonna go away and do his thing. You can do whatever you want with Dallas.
Okay. Well, okay. So you're going to the medical wing to see Elodie.
Yeah.
And okay, let's see what happens with what Thalos is doing. Roll your percentile.
All right. Our first one is 63.
Okay, and which one would that be? I don't have it on.
Right hand and arm.
Okay, so your right hand and arm vanish. And what are you trying to do with this?
I'm trying to go around the house,
You fucking creep.
do some snooping.
Okay. I'm gonna.
What?
Well, let's see. I'm trying to figure out the best way to jump between these two scenes. Let's go to Rhys for the moment.
Okay.
Rhys, you find your way to the medical wing, and is Elodie usually with the other patients, or is she in her own?
She's got her own room.
Okay, so you find your way to Elodie's room. Open the door, and she's where you'd expect her, lying in bed with a book. And she looks up as you come in and says, "Oh, Rhys, it's good to see
Hey,
you."
kiddo, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been quiet around here lately.
Anything you want me to get for you? While I'm, out?
Some more books would be nice.
Alright, put that on my list. How's Mom been?
Same as usual. It's without. I mean, she's fine when you're not around. It's just how she gets.
Yeah, well, she can do it everyone else, too.
Well, how have you been though? What have you been doing?
Oh, going around, killing some things, saving some people, the usual.
That's good. She's at killing some. Has Rhys done adventuring stuff before all that?
Oh yeah, just
Okay.
mild whatever,
Okay. Then yeah,
beating people up.
Then yeah, she nods and as one would expect.
I'm assuming creatures escaping the event in the bar is relatively normal.
It happens every now and then. Durnan always takes care of it.
Hence his pretty subdued reaction when it happened.
Yeah. She says, anything new going on?
I got a house.
Oh.
Got roommates, but hey, I got my own place. I don't have to stop here every time I'm.
You're making friends then.
Yeah. For the most part, they're a little weird, but
Well, most people around here would say that about you as well. So.
I have another friend here, and I was wondering if he wanted to meet you, but he needed to use the facilities. No idea what he's up to now, but hey, whatever, right?
And scene change.
All right. We have a 90.
Okay,
Success.
I think that's full body, right? Yeah.
That is full body.
Okay. Yeah, so you fully vanish and are free to do as you please.
Time
Those are
to go on the panty raid.
Oh my fucking god.
Really, or is it
No.
something?
No.
Yeah, I
That was just a
What's going
SpongeBob
on?
reference.
It's time. It's time.
All right.
No,
does
he's gonna
Dallas-
try and find like a study or official looking desk.
Okay, just go ahead and make an investigation check.
All right.
And since the only official member of the family in the main house is Aldihire, there's not a ton of people to avoid. Just in case.
Modified 16.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find what looks like a study of some kind.
Okay. I'm going to try and search the desk.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for?
Official documents, information, trade stuff, basically any kind of information.
Okay. Just
Information on nobles that use the hospital.
okay. Just go ahead and you try a few drawers and they are locked, I will say.
Okay. Can I go find Rhys's father
Sure.
and try and see if he's got a key on him?
Wow.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
where are you?
Rapidly typing away.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, you go and you can find him pretty easily. He says, Bernard.
Well, he can't see me.
He's invisible.
Oh, right. That's a good. I mean, technically, it would be another roll at this point, but
Oh, would it be another roll?
that's actually Well, I'll say that for the minute duration it lasts. We'll say you can choose whether you want to roll again.
Want to roll, then I'm just gonna keep what I want.
Okay.
Well, the one I'm on.
Okay. So you one sec. Okay, so you can find him pretty easily. He's in one of the rooms just busying himself with odd jobs around. Sort of himself.
I try? Oh, here we go.
Oh my god.
Look, I wanted to close up the room more, but they told me I couldn't, so...
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm going to try and search him to see if I can get a key out of him. If he's got one.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Make a what?
Perception.
Oh, perception? Okay. Perception. P-2. So 15?
Yeah, there's one sort of just sort of sticking out of one of his pockets.
I'm gonna try and take it.
Okay, your hand goes right through.
Fuck!
How badly I was waiting for Quinn to say he wasn't able to pick it up.
Sal is just like, he tries like multiple times. Fuck!
Like, oh yeah, forgot about that.
You ain't no rogue boy.
Can I try and push my hand out of the ethereal plane to take the key?
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Alright.
What did you do?
I got a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
baby.
So,
I reach out and grab his ass.
okay.
All they hear it feels a gust of wind down his
Okay.
crack.
So as you push your hand out of the ethereal plane, you take 4 force damage.
Okay.
And you're it stings as you're reaching for the key, and you get a hold of it, you pull on it, and then he moves suddenly, and like you fumble it, and like you yank your hand back just as it tumbles from his pocket and lands on the ground with a clink. And then he stops what he's doing and looks around. And he noticed. I'll just help him. He does not notice the key on the ground.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit.
And he walks to the other room to try and figure out what's going on.
Okay, then I'm going to end ethereal instability and pick up the key.
Okay. Meanwhile, Rhys, did you want to?
I'm sorry. I just thought that'd be funny. Just like reach out and grabs ass. What?
Excuse me?
That is a big.
Por favor.
All right.
I hope you realized he just said please.
Yeah.
I know.
Rhys, did you want to do anything else with Elodie? Or...
He's probably left the wing by now and is just kind of like waiting in the foyer.
Okay.
Like, fuck is Thalos doing?
Taking a big shit.
Thalos, why don't you give me a stealth check to get back to where you were?
All right.
I'm enjoying this.
That would be 8.
So,
Wow.
Bernard.
I appear to have gotten lost. Used the bathroom and took a wrong turn at the foyer.
He says, just make a deception check.
God.
Canonical. It's canon.
What was it?
You say 2?
Yeah, I got 2.
It's canon that he continues to be a terrible liar.
Yeah, well, it's 2, but it's modified 4. But that's not gonna do shit.
He says, are you feeling all right, Bernard?
No,
Do you want us to check you into the hospital wing?
the bathroom, it took a lot out of me. I had a nasty breakfast. I'll tell you what, it's right with me.
Well,
Food poisoning. You would think it's food poisoning.
yeah, I mean, we can admit you into the hospital wing if you think you.
No!
He says, "All right, well, I think Rhys is done with his visit. So if you want to be on your way, then you."
Thalos grabs his stomach.
Oh, I think I need to use the bathroom again. Breakfast isn't sitting right with me.
He sort of ushers you back into the foyer to where Rhys is waiting and says, Rhys, do you think you could handle this, if you don't mind?
Handle what?
Look at Thalos, who looks mildly constipated.
Or like acting like he's incredibly nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
He says, thanks. And he sort of, he walks away giving Thalos a strange look.
Just kind of like cautiously watch his dad leave and then look at Thalos like, what the fuck have you done now?
I used the bathroom.
Alright.
Thalos is going to go back to the bathroom and lock the door. He sits there pressed against the door with a nervous look.
All right, you can still salvage this.
Uh,
Are you talking to yourself in there?
Alright,
What? No, I didn't say anything.
alright, we're gonna come back to that because I wanna give the others something to do.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the house, Ace, what are you doing anything in particular besides sitting around at the house today?
At the moment, he's going to wait for the other two to get back before wandering off, but he's also just practicing with his cards, because
Swindling.
in case his magic fails, he still needs to be able to cheat his way to a few extra coins. He's also just making sure the drunk doesn't hurt herself.
Yeah. Speaking of which, is Sylvia up yet?
At this point, she just she wakes up and she decides to have this glorious idea. She's going to go out into the town and look into the local dumpster.
Look at the what?
Okay.
Hey, hang on.
She's going dumpster diving.
Oh my god.
Hey, hang on. Holy shit. As she starts leaving the house, her illusion to place a glass of ale on the bar and tell her, hey, before you go, you forgot to finish your drink.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good call. Thanks. I just crawl back and lay on the bar table and just dump the drink on my face.
Okay, as you go to pick it up, your hands pass right through it.
Oh, fuck.
And you're like, did you have too much to drink last night? What's going on?
Alright, now can I try to walk out the door?
Sure.
Damn, I was hoping she'd be too drunk and keep trying to grab it for a while.
I mean, baby. I assume it's a couple minutes of just trying to pick it up and then out the door.
Yeah.
Giving up or forgetting about it.
I'm just trying my best to stumble out the door and look for the nearest dumpster.
Okay,
Ace is gonna groan and follow behind just to make sure she doesn't get herself or somebody else killed.
alright. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the map of Troll Skull Alley.
Ooh.
The what?
The what? You cut out there.
The map of Troll Skull Alley.
Ooh.
Oh,
So,
I like maps.
it's in the handouts. Your manor is the one with the turret.
Yeah, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way out, and one thing you notice walking around is that there are a lot of shops in this alley, or at least residences that have been repurposed as shops. You do find a dumpster without much trouble.
Okay.
As you walk, you also can notice and investigate any of these shops that you care to. There's one with a small wooden sign that says the Bent Nail. There is what looks to be a blacksmith with smoke and steam billowing out of its windows.
I'm sorry, is the bent nail, is that like Dungeons and Dragons equivalent of ED?
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's a bit too obvious. They'd have a more whimsical name for it.
The shopkeeper has probably heard that one before. There's what looks like an apothecary with 3 stories, and with glass walls. There's one pretty unremarkable building that has an orange and black sign on it with cat's eyes. And finally,
The spirit of Halloween get into D&D.
well, it has. I mean, cat's eyes is, I guess. And then there's one bookstore with a sign of a gold dragon in front, who is curled around a little treasure hoard. It's a very, like a charming facade to it.
I wonder.
All right.
Oh wait, Ethan, I have a question for you. Did the version of the Spyro trilogy you got, did it come with socks?
No, I think that was a special edition.
Oh yeah, mine came. I bought it at GameStop, and mine came with socks.
No, I pre-ordered it, and I didn't get the socks, but all I really wanted was the game. So
I just wanted the game, but he's like, the only copy we have is the one with socks.
fair enough. Sometimes you get the choice, and in that case, they couldn't give you the choice.
Nope.
All right. So, Sylvia, you wanted to go dumpster diving?
Yes.
Okay. I can't hear you very well.
I'm looking for like a eatery or somewhere that would have used bottles.
Okay.
Oh no. I already know where this is going.
Okay.
Does Waterdeep have the equivalent of the FDA?
So,
Ace is watching her go through dumpsters with a profoundly confused look.
Is there a Food and Drug Administration or a health advisory in Waterdeep?
So there's no eatery in Troll Skull Alley proper. You probably have to go into a little more into the city to find one.
Okay. Well, then I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look into the dumpster by the bookstore. And I'm looking for planks of wood.
Okay, just go ahead and make an investigation check. As your small halfling form nimbly dives into this.
I think nimbly is being generous.
Yeah, well, high dexterity. Yeah, with a 14, you can find some nice pieces of wood. Nothing too big, but some planks here and there.
So Ace is just going to look at me as I'm like cuddling planks of wood. They're beautiful.
But before that, as you're going through it, it takes you a few minutes to find these pieces of wood. As that's going on, Ace, you're sort of watching, and there's not really anyone else around. And then, out of the corner of your eye, you see a snake. Specifically, a black snake with wings.
Is it just like hovering there?
It's sort of flying up to you. And it has a, it looks like it has something. Give me a moment.
Its mouth, or
Yeah, wait, 1 second.
Samuel Jackson?
It has a piece of parchment that seems to be tied around its body.
one more time, you're cutting out a lot.
Oh, sorry. It has a piece of parchment that is tied around its body.
Alright, I'll
And it looks at sort of...
grab.
Yeah.
I just want to carefully grab the parchment.
Okay. Once you do, it flies away. And as you open the parchment, and I assume you read it,
Yes, I do.
yeah, all it says is, want to be part of something big? Speak to Davil Starsong at the Yawning Portal.
I'm not ready for Dungeons and Dragons off-brand Viagra.
Oh, that's only if you want to get hard. Being part of something big means we turn into Legion from Castlevania.
Okay.
And you, at this point, are aware what the flying snake probably means. It tends to be the symbol of the Zentarim.
I'm gonna look that over for a minute, pocket it in my vest, and go back to watching Sylvia as she cuddles her wood.
Yeah. At this
Still
point,
questioning what my decisions got me here.
At this point, yes, Sylvia, you do have
What
your
decisions have brought me to this point in my life? What path did I walk
How did I
down to
get here?
this moment?
After afterwards, I would like to go to the blacksmith.
Okay. You go to the blacksmith. As you enter, it's you get a face full of smoke from the bellows, and I need to find the right page.
How would the smoke hit her? She's small. Smoke rises.
Yeah, that's true. It goes over her head. It probably hits Ace if he follows.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So there's an indoor forge. There's a sound of clanging from it, and operating the forge are two humanoids, both male. One has red skin and his hair sort of flickers as if it's on fire.
Quick, dump water on him.
And the other one is a humanoid with sort of a greenish tint to his skin. And what's interesting about him is that as you look at him, it looks like he's perpetually sweating. There's just like rivulets of water dripping off his face.
Ew.
One sweaty boy.
And as you enter, he looks up and says, "Welcome to the Steam and Steel. My name's Avi. This is my husband Embrick. What can we do for you?"
Please change the name.
It's from the adventure.
I'm not really looking
I
for
know.
any weapons. Do you have any nails?
If you're looking for nails, I would probably look for the you probably want the carpenter in that case. I would
Well,
at the bent nail.
thanks.
But if you, what about you? And he looks at you, Ace. Weapons, armor, we can supply.
Making sure she doesn't injure herself.
The sort of fiery looking one, Embrick, says, well, "Why'd you come into our shop if you weren't gonna buy anything?" And the other one says, "Calm down. It's fine. Calm down, Embrick. They're just."
Well, I saw this shop and I just thought I would find some loose scrap here, but I don't have any money.
They both blink.
I was just wondering if you'd give it to me. I'm usually pretty good at that.
I would check with Tally at the Bent Nail. Tell him Avi sent you.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. You can make your way to the Bent Nail. And I'm gonna expedite things a little. You're granted by one half elf by the name of Talis. So one moment. Talisol Vanar Fellbranch, who insists you call him Tally.
It's much easier to remember.
Yes.
Is he good at math?
Probably, considering he does carpentry.
Okay.
But yeah, he can supply you with some nails for just a few copper.
I'll just go for like the broken ones and things like that.
Okay.
Especially since I don't have any money.
Yeah. Well, one of you can just mark off 5 copper.
I'll do that.
Okay.
About to say, I'm not paying for her nails.
Now I have 5 copper left. Whoopee!
Okay. Did you got what do you want? What are you doing with these nails and planks?
Well, I'm going to be making signs for my shop.
Oh, you're planning to try and open the bar for business?
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ace is gonna look at her as she's hammering these signs together.
Ace,
This straight.
and Ace, you
What?
have a feeling that the bar is not ready to open just yet.
As far as what?
So it's, I mean, even if you were okay with this, like the bar, there's still clutter. There's a lot of supplies that need to be obtained to be running a shop, which is not cheap, and it would be time consuming. And another thing you know about Waterdeep is that there are many guilds that run businesses, and essentially it's frowned upon to run a business without paying dues to the respective guilds and getting supplies from said guilds. So, like, if you're, say, running a bakery, you need to pay your dues to the Bakers Guild and get your flour from them, for example. And not respecting the guilds in Waterdeep can lead to basically people not selling you things you need and other things. So there's a lot of red tape to get through and just general. It's possible, but it's not as simple as Sylvia seems to be.
Rhys opens a bar under the Oletum name, like, fuck you, guild!
Yep.
His mom comes over like, excuse me.
Yep.
Do you want to be run out of town? This is how we get run out of town.
I was already run out of town before, and not really.
Let me
But
get
anyway.
this straight. You're planning to make your own alcohol and attempt to sell it in this bar that we haven't even fixed up yet.
She sounds like a moonshiner.
Do I have your plan correct?
Yes! I even have wood now!
And how do you plan to buy the rest of the supplies you would need to run this properly?
Well, everybody loves me. I'll get some.
That is provably not the case. Also, I don't find to have a good head for finances.
Oh. I just, like, look at my bag, and I just have, like, 5 copper. Well...
A copper and a fly.
Yeah, 5 copper and a fly.
Yeah, like a fly comes out of your bag, just like.
Owning and running a business is ungodly expensive, let alone all the red tape this city has around its guilds. Better off not attempting to venture into a more business-oriented lifestyle. Besides, then you wouldn't have any alcohol to drink.
I need to make more drinks then.
How are you going to get the supplies to make those drinks?
I know a couple of people. Like all of my friends back at my bar at home. They love me.
And they're just going to give you the supplies you need to keep running a business.
If I don't get kicked out first.
And
So-
you do realize this building is where are living, other than you.
Right.
Sylvia, just make a wisdom check for me.
A wisdom check.
Yeah, just a wisdom check.
just a little wisdom check. No harm, no foul. A 5. Oh god!
Okay, you're starting to hear what he's saying, and it's like you're realizing that you're sounding like, yeah, you really do not have a lot of money on you right now.
I'll just like drop the wood and like pocket the nails for now.
Just putting that on the table for maybe in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Meanwhile, Thalos, you are trying to calm yourself in the bathroom.
Yeah, so Thalos through the door. Oh, Rhys, my stomach hurts so bad. Could you, go to your hospital and get me some medicine? Oh, the pain.
And
I mean, I can just heal you right here. I don't gotta get medicine.
Yeah,
No, I don't like magic.
What?
Yeah, Rhys, of course you're aware that magic is the primary method of healing at House Elitum.
We don't have a whole lot of medicine, but alright, I guess.
I need herbal tea. It's the only thing that can help me now.
Herbal tea? Jesus, dude, alright. God, you got fucking IBS.
Rhys. So as you go off to make herbal tea, apparently.
Actually, wait, wouldn't he have to persuade me?
Or you could roll insight.
If you want to make this a roll off, you can do deception versus insight.
All right.
That's gonna be hard for Thalos, actually.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait.
That cleric
Okay.
wisdom.
Go ahead and roll. I'll tell you what mine is after.
Okay. I got a 18.
Wow.
A what?
16 plus 2, so 18.
Yeah, I got an unnatural 20. I got a 17 and I have a +3 on insight.
Alright, so,
Damn
it.
so Rhys, you're listening to him, and it seems like he's faking it, whatever he's going through.
Is there something you want to talk about, buddy? Like, is there something you need? Other than herbal tea?
Hibiscus tea.
Excuse me, what? I said other than tea, you idiot!
Maybe a towel.
Oh my
A
god.
nice hand towel to dry my hands.
Listen, alright, I might not have the best relationship with my family, but if you do something shitty, I'll fuck you up. And then Rhys...
Oh no, never.
No, Rhys just leaves. He just walks away.
Okay.
You can hear him.
Alright, Thalos, you hear the sound of Rhys leaving the vicinity.
He goes and
Sure,
stands
window.
outside the house.
Okay.
Is there a window in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Alright, there you go.
Thalos will look out the window.
Okay, it's about probably a 10-foot drop.
Can I climb on the side of the house to try and get to that study?
My god. It's
Dude, I left! You can go do whatever you need to do! As long as my dad doesn't catch you, you're fine.
just make an athletics check.
Wait, what?
An athletics check to make your way around, if you'd like to do that.
18 plus 5?
Yes, you are able, without any trouble, to make your way around to the room that you were in before.
Okay, I'm gonna try and use the key on the desk.
Okay. You tried in a few of the drawers, and eventually find one that opens.
Alright, I'm gonna open it and see what's inside.
Okay. So what you find is essentially what looks like a ledger of people who have checked into the hospital wing over. What would the time period be? Is it Phoebe? Would it be a short-term thing, or is it? What do you think it would be like? All the records.
I think he keeps like a 5-year length.
Okay. There you go.
It's a pretty big book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is like this big tome of, a name, names, dates, ailments.
What the fuck? I'm going to search for either the name, what the hell? Rista, and I'm going to search for the name, Esvel Rosnar.
Esvele Rajnar?
Esvele Rosnar.
Okay.
And, there's one more. I think I forget her name, that other noble.
Balabranta?
Yeah.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Make an investigation check. That would be investigation. 19 plus 2.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you find over the next couple of minutes, you sort of keep an ear out for any activity in the hallway. You don't find Rista, but you do find Esvele multiple times.
Ooh.
Always with some sort of injury. Sometimes it's cuts. Sometimes it's a leg injury. And you can put the pieces together about what that's about.
Yep.
You do find the name. What the hell was it? It was so many names. You do find Savra Balabranta mentioned once.
What's the first name?
Savra. Savra.
Yeah, I just need to put that on my list.
Does she make hummus?
Does she?
God, I hope so.
But he walked right into that one.
Yeah,
Hummus.
can't deny that.
Yeah, you do find her on in there once with some sort of
Is so for the information with the ledger, is it just name and condition and treatment, or is there any other information?
It's that plus like check-in date and check-out date. It's pretty rudimentary stuff.
Okay. For the page with Balabranta, I'm gonna rip it out and take it.
Hold on. Pause for just a quick second.
Are you typing something?
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. There is also a note on the Balabranta line for noting that a third party paid for the treatment and the costs. That third party.
And the third party is
the Order of the Gauntlet.
Ooh, baby. So he's gonna take that page, stuff it in his pocket, and slide down the side of the house to leave.
Doing anything with the key?
He's gonna lock the drawer and leave it on the desk.
Okay. Rhys, you come back from did you make a tea or what exactly did you do?
I just went outside. I knew he was doing something shady.
Okay,
I just wait outside the front door.
Yeah. After a few minutes, he comes out.
You done?
Yes, I am. I feel wonderful.
Do you need any more herbal tea?
Well, if you're offering.
No, I'm not. Let's go. Before my mother gets back.
Why, what's so bad about your mother?
I don't think you want to know.
My mother. Do you need her to disappear?
No, I just need her to shut up. Sometimes.
If we hack off her lower jaw.
No, I don't mean physically forced to shut up. I just...
No, I'm just pulling your arm now.
Better be.
It's a joke. I mean, yeah, it's a dark joke. It's a joke. It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
Frank.
You got pranked!
Got pranked.
All right.
Filthy prank.
My scalp burns.
All right. As you guys make your way back to the house, just both of you give me perception checks.
All right.
Oh, shot. Okay.
I got a 15.
I got an unnatural 17.
Okay. Rhys, as you guys are walking along, you notice in sort of the alleys that you pass by, you notice a couple of shadows just sort of flitting by. And as you look a little more closely, you think they seemed to be drow.
The fuck? I'm just gonna nudge Thalos like, hey, did you see that?
See what?
Fucking creepy looking people over there. Flitting about.
Only one thing to do. Thalos walks down the alleyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast light in the alleyway.
You cast what?
Light.
Okay. The alleyway is illuminated. And as you look around, there's no sign of any individuals. However, in the middle of the alleyway, there is an object that has been placed very conspicuously, like in a position that indicates that it was meant to be found. And that object is a black eye patch.
What
the fuck?
Wait a minute. Do I know a character that wears an eye patch? Is that my buddy?
Better question, do I know?
You're, like... none of... I don't think... if you want to just message me who you're referring to, because I'm not sure.
Hold on.
Just private chat. Oh, that buddy. No, that guy didn't wear an eye patch.
Okay, then Talos is gonna pick up the eye patch, put it on, and go, I'm a pirate.
I wouldn't do that.
What? You think I'll get pink eye?
Maybe not pink eye, but I don't know, weird shit can happen when you put weird shit on your face.
Oh, by the way, also, Rhys, give me a follow-up insight check to the perception check you made.
Follow-up insight.
Yeah.
Just in case I would know something about this eye patch fucking thing.
That or something you might have noticed from the...
Pirates. It was ninja pirates.
Another 17.
Okay, yeah, you think it seemed like the figures were paying close attention to Thalos. More than you.
Fuck.
You might want to keep an eye out for these guys. They were eyeing you up a little oddly.
Thalos holding the eye patch over his eye.
Oh, see what you did there.
Ha 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 ha.
All right.
Oh my fucking god, Ethan.
The tiny... Yarr. It was the tiny problem. Basically, to explain that joke, long story short, I found a very tiny functional telescope at a con, and we came up with this crew of pirates where their gimmick is they go around in a swan paddle boat, and all of their props are tiny and cheap. The flag is like a toothpick with a pirate flag on it.
Amazing.
Good!
We be the tiny prop pirates. Yarr.
And he basically fails at everything, so he just goes, yarr.
His right hand is constantly upset about it.
All right, so you guys are able to make your way back to the house.
Oh yeah, I want to make a comment to him that they appeared drow.
And what's that got to do with me?
I don't know. You know weird people.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Alright, now we go back.
Half the people I know, but I'm not a drow.
I know you're not a drow, but for fuck's sake, they were.
So what? Shifty bastards.
Are you gonna keep wearing that eye patch?
Yes.
Alright, whatever.
Okay, so...
Actually, can I take the eye patch and can I tie it to my right hand?
Sure.
So it's like a bracelet now.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, I'll keep that. I'm gonna put that in my extra inventory.
Okay. you guys, I assume, make your way back to the house where you can find the others, Ace and Sylvia. What was? Did you guys want to do anything else before they got back?
No. Currently, I just have that 50-gallon thing of booze, right?
Right. Well, it's not one thing. Like you.
Oh yeah.
I assume people came by with shipments of several kegs that you were able to move with their help move into the cellar.
Okay, so I'm just going to organize those things haphazardly, and I'm currently planning on going back to the yawning portal at some point.
All right.
But I'm not going to mention it just yet.
Okay. So at this point, Rhys and Thalos get back. Thalos has a weird eye patch thing tied around his arm.
Thalos is currently preoccupied.
Oh.
Toilet time.
What?
Oh, RJ's going to the bathroom. Okay. Well, Rhys, you can get back and see Ace and Sylvia.
Fuck's all this wood for?
Oh,
Drunk went dumpster diving.
I thought I dropped all of it, but it turns out I left some in my hands.
What?
She wanted to open the bar to sell the alcohol she's been brewing all week.
That's what we hire the help for.
Thalos snaps to attention. What's going on?
I'm starting my own shop. Or at least
The drunk wants to open this bar for business.
Like I said, that's what we hire the help for.
No.
What are those noises about?
I'm gonna chuck a plank of wood at Thalos.
Can I catch it?
Make a dexterity check.
That would be 5 plus 2, which would be 7.
So you sort of aim too much to the side and it bonks you in the head.
You fucking brat!
Thalos is going to start chasing Sylvia.
You crushed my dream!
I'll crush more than your dreams, I'll crush your fucking windpipe!
How can I ever have a bar now?
You won't have a bar when I'm done with you! You'll be 6 feet under the goddamn harbor with your fucking hair tied to your ankles!
So this scene is just
slide up at the table.
This scene is just.
Ace is just gonna. Ace is just gonna lean over to. Yeah, Ace is just gonna lean over to Rhys, and be like,
Rhys, really?
"Sorry, slip of the tongue."
But
I'm a Rhys!
Snap, crackle, pop, Riz Krispies.
Oh my god. Phoebe is actually going to kill him at some point.
But probably at the live act, at the everyone together party, RJ's gonna die.
Just actually strangles him. No,
Ace is gonna lean over to Rhys. How did we end up with these two?
I don't know.
So what have you two been up to?
Oh, we went to go visit my parents, and Thalos decided to be shady and weird instead of just trusting what my dad said.
I think shady and weird is his default.
He was creeping around my house and pretending like he had bowel issues.
I've noticed he's not a very convincing liar.
Sometimes, not really.
As they're saying that,
Stop running from me, you goddamn brat! I'm gonna throttle you!
Get away from me!
Where's the bird?
I haven't seen him.
Ayala is probably up in the turret at the moment. Just.
No, I was asking in character.
Yeah.
Where's the bird?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him. I don't think he's left the house.
You hear like a couple like flapping noises and a squawk from upstairs.
Alrighty then, weirdo. I'm gonna go buy some books. So So if anybody wants to
as
join
she's saying that, Sigurd, get down here. I'll have a snack for you.
oh my god.
You do not leave me alone with these two. I'm coming with you.
Alright, let's go shopping.
Okay.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
Alright, so...
I just like I said aside, they're like walking down the street, and Thalos and Sigurd are chasing Sylvia, and Thalos is screaming, "I'll fucking kill you, you goddamn drunk midget!"
Alright, as that happens, yeah. Rhys
Can I roll for stealth so I could escape from him?
You sure, roll for it.
Okay.
Can I roll insight?
That would be perception.
Oh, perception, my bad. I got a 12, and she got a 19, so...
Yeah, Sylvia disappears, and honestly, you're kind of okay with that.
What's up?
I was talking to Thalos.
Oh.
Thalos stops, takes a deep breath, pets Sigurd.
Peace and quiet.
Then at that point, he notices that he's alone in there.
No, they ran out into the street.
Oh, even better.
We're just walking away.
Yeah.
It's like walking away, hand over face. Don't ask, don't ask, don't ask.
Alright.
I'm gonna make my way to the weaponsmith, but they can do what they're gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, Ace and Rhys, you make your way to one of the buildings on the left side of Trollskull Alley, which is the bookstore I mentioned before with the sort of charming gold dragon sign.
What would fantasy be considered in this kind of position?
It would mostly be like epics and stuff, like dramatized texts of historical figures, or some fiction. It would basically just be like regular fiction, the made up stories.
Okay.
The made stories.
And
Fiction and myths.
and there might be some more outlandish books that tell of a strange world with metal vehicles and. You know.
There's an outlandish book about a disgraced barbarian noble who has no intelligence.
I fucking...
Name's Gerald.
Name's Gerald. Has a habit of beatboxing over his enemies' corpses.
May or may not be a massive fuckboy.
I don't know why that image is so funny to me. Specifically beatboxing over like Anyway.
What are you gonna yeet him into a bush?
Right.
Shouldn't have given him the idea.
All right.
Yeet.
So you enter the bookstore, and it's a 3-story building, and you're greeted by a short dragonborn, which is an individual.
You better be careful. If this is basically like Barnes and Nobles, it's gonna go out of business.
That's porks.
They don't have ebooks in D&D, luckily, so there's no risk of that.
Okay.
So yeah, you're greeted by a short gold dragonborn, who's basically a humanoid-looking dragon. Scales, tail, and dragon head. And
Quinlan, just between you and me, everyone must be lizards!
Damn it, the lizard.
And he says, and he introduces himself as Rishal, and introduces you to the Bookworm's Treasure. And worm spelled R-Y, W-W-Y-R-M.
You cut out the name. I didn't catch that.
It's worm for like dragon. W.
The name of the dragon dude himself.
The dragonborn is named Rishal, and the shop is the Bookworm's Treasure.
Gotcha.
I would like a couple fantasy books and heck, let's do a biography of somebody. I don't know, anyone.
Gerald.
Oh, it's sold out.
It's all sold.
Yeah.
There were two.
We said it's an autobiography.
It's a water deep bestseller.
There was only 2 copies, and he bought both of them.
If it was an autobiography, it would be like awkward crayon drawings with a couple of horribly written sentences.
Right? At least Gerald would know to use a marker.
Me, my friends, me being strong.
My brother, and it's an arrow pointing to a picture of a penis. A very poorly drawn penis.
Just stare at it like, is that like a pillar or like?
I think you broke our table. But yeah, he comes back with a couple adventure-based fantasy books of some tales of yeah.
I don't really care. Rhys isn't gonna read them.
Yeah. And he also brings back an autobiography. And as you look at the byline, you actually recognize it's by Volo.
By who?
Volo.
God.
Oh.
Volo.
All right. Interesting enough.
And it's got a very doofy looking drawing of him on the front cover of him trying to look heroic, but sort of coming off as looking a little just like
Oh shit.
yeah, basically.
All right, this will at least be interesting.
Yeah, and he'll let you get them for we'll call it 6 silver.
6 silver?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pay for that myself. How much? Wait.
Rhys isn't
How
that snobbish. Yeah. So, Ace, did you want to do anything?
Copper.
Ace was just trying to get away from the mayhem.
Gotcha. All right.
At least, very least, Rhys has a sensible head on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Thalos is sensible sometimes.
Sorry, a sensible head and a completely calm attitude, not utterly volatile.
Okay. Thalos,
No, except for when he goes Rhys smash. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Thalos, you wanted to go to the Steam and Steel.
Please change the name.
That is the name of the shop. As you enter, you are greeted by the 2 individuals, Embrick and Avi, who are Genasi, for the record.
Okay.
Yeah, if you remember Wisp, who from the other campaign, who was an air Genasi, these are a fire and a water Genasi, respectively.
I would have guessed.
Wow.
Yeah, and Avi says, welcome to the Steam and Steel. Are you looking for weapons, armor?
What have you got?
Well, take your pick. We can, if we don't have something on hand, we can always make it. And he gestures to the forge. And Embrick says, please don't waste our time like the last ones. And says,
The last ones.
halfling and a tiefling.
Thalos just squints.
Right. Do you possibly... Do you think you could possibly make something for me?
That depends. What are you looking for? We can do commissions.
Well, it's not for me, it's for my friend here, Siggy.
Did you bring Sigurd?
Yeah, he's with me.
Okay. They notice the wolf and says, "Oh, interesting. We could do some animal-based armor, if that's what you were looking for."
Yes, that is what I'm looking for.
Interesting. Let me look up just some prices real quick. So what material would you be looking for this armor? Because the prices vary. We can do something similar. We can do leather, which would be lighter but and less expensive. We could do something more heavy duty. We could do chain. Well, chain might be a bit much for a wolf, but we could do something.
It needs to be flexible, so leather will be fine.
Leather. All right, then that'll. We can do that for 10 gold. Or if you wanted to
Works for
upgrade,
me.
if you wanted to upgrade to studded leather, we could make it 45 gold, which would be a bit sturdier.
Don't need to be studded. Sigurd's light on his feet.
Very well then. They will take 10 gold, and it'll take a day or two, but they'll have some custom-made armor ready.
All right. Is there an apothecary around there?
There is, which is
And I will go there next.
Okay. You're greeted by a wood elf. Says, hello, my name is Fala. What can I do for you?
Do you do poison?
Or they blink. Says, I don't. If I do have.
Do you have the ingredients for poison?
I don't deal in illicit substances. You have to understand that I run a legitimate business here.
Could you make me poison if I paid for it?
Tell you what, if you keep asking me, I could call the guard and you could ask them where you might find some.
I need it for the monsters, the things in the dungeon. It juices up the sword, kills them faster.
Just make a persuasion check.
Alright. That would be... What the fuck? Persuasion... 15 plus 2, so 17.
Okay. She says, or they say, I can try... I can put something together. Just don't say where you got it from.
Oh no, wouldn't speak a word of it. Not at all. Just, if it's good stuff, I might come back for more. But, that's all I'll say.
And she will, her asking price is 50 gold.
Alright, if it's good shit.
She's, it's not something. It's not something it's not something Fala usually does. So.
Well, we'll see.
All right.
Alright, I'll pay her.
They'll have that for you by the next day.
Alright. Just as blunt as possible.
Do you do poison?
Yep. Okay. All right. So, did Rhys and Ace? Do you have anything else you want to do?
I don't. I believe Phoebe stepped away.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she BRB'd.
That's it.
What other shops are around there? I can always check something else out.
Okay.
The one with the cat eyes.
There was the one with the cat eyes. There was the Bent Nail, the Steam and Steel, which you went to. Fala's shop, which is called Coralon's Crown.
Okay.
Which you were just at, and the Bookworm's Treasure, and then yes, the last one was the cat eyes.
So with the cat, I guess I'll go to that one because I'm interested to see what it is.
Okay. As you enter, you enter into what seems to be a regal-looking apartment. There are flickering oil lamps sort of lighting up the space. Actually, wait, take that back. I should have read ahead first. The door is locked.
The door is locked?
Yes, but there is a knocker and a doorbell.
I'll knock on the door knocker.
Okay. A few moments later, a man opens the door, and he's dressed in a sharp suit, and he's holding a pipe, and he's sort of got a shrewd expression about him. And he says, "Hello, my name is Vincent Trench. This is the Tiger's Eye Private Detective Agency. If you have anything..."
Talos immediately turns away.
Does he just leave?
No, as soon as he says private detective agency, Talos just turns around and walks off.
He says, all right. Come back if you need anything found." And he closes the door.
Actually, no. Talos will turn back, and he'll look through the door. Well, I do need one thing found.
Do tell.
I'm looking for a small tiefling. Tends to be drunk. Is incredibly annoying. And
You mean halfling?
Do you mean
Oh, halfling, my bad. Halfling.
And I need you to find her and tell her to go fuck herself.
And then Talos will leave.
Alright, he's confused. And as no coin was exchanged, you don't think he's under any obligation to follow through with that. But... okay. Let's see. How else can we fill time before Phoebe gets back?
I can go to
At
the
this
nail.
point, while Rhys is getting all those books, I think Ace has stepped outside and just stuck a cigarette in his mouth and started playing with his deck.
Mm-hmm. And your mind sort of...
Long enough.
Your mind...
Sorry, long enough.
What?
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 All I was
You
going to
heard
say was possibly I overheard Thalos' little outburst.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Ace, your mind sort of drifts to the piece of paper in your pocket, sort of wondering what to do about that.
Yeah, I have been thinking about that.
Ooh, are there any homes that are in this place? Any other living homes?
Living homes? Yeah, there are some residences.
Okay. I'm going to find the biggest one, and I'm going to knock on their door.
Okay. You do so. And you're greeted by... I'm gonna roll on some tables. Actually, let's say it's a half elf, half elf male. And says, "Can I help you?"
My brother! Hello! It's been so long. I left you for ages.
Immediately goes to close the door.
He closes the door.
Immediately goes to close it unless you want to stop him.
Wait. You can't just leave me like this. I'm family.
Miss, I think you have me confused for someone else.
No. I used to live here, right?
Roll. Okay, here's my question: Is Sylvia BSing, or is she drunk enough that she actually
she's
believes this?
Bullshitting
Okay.
because she's still trying to gather supplies.
Okay, roll a deception check.
Oh, great!
Yeah, this is where this was going.
5 minus 2 is 3.
He's like, "No, I'm really sure you haven't lived here. Now, could you?"
In lieu of that poor roll off in the distance, Siggy, fetch!
Oh, can you at least help me out with this guy? He's looking for me and he's kind of crazy. I need a place to stay right now.
Is there currently a wolf running towards?
There's a wolf bolting down the street towards her.
He looks at, sees the wolf, says, just get in real quick."
Thank you. I'm just going to go into his house and crawl under a table.
And he closes.
It's so comfortable.
And he closes the door, and there's like the sound of like at the door. Phoebe, are you back?
Yep.
Okay. So at this point, you've got your books, and you can do what you will.
No, I'm just gonna hold on to him for now. I don't want to go back.
Okay.
Quite.
Okay. In that case, Sylvia, what are you trying? So you're in this house now with this guy and says, "Oh my God!" He's like,
You're in this house with this guy, and there's a wolf barking out the front door.
Well, you kind of saved me, I guess. I don't have anything, but I do have some booze.
That's fine. It just if you've been honest from the get-go, it might have. I would have just let you in. I think. There's no need. No need for the. Anyway, just there's a guest room upstairs if you want to crash for a few hours.
I can't remember the last time I slept in a bed. I just like, go into the guest room and I sleep on the floor.
Can I climb up the side of the house?
This is so. I want to be clear. This is broad daylight.
And
people will notice you, probably.
And
I'm gonna go back into the bookstore.
Okay.
We may need to go stop them. The Dark One is now climbing up buildings while he's got his pet barking like a maniac.
At this point, I will say probably a few guards show up who have been alerted to the noise disturbance. And they're like, Thalos, you see them going up to Sigurd. They don't really know if he has an owner, so they're just going up to try and. It looks like they're trying to take him in.
Thalos on the side of the house. Hey, you leave Mom alone.
They look up. Sir, what are you doing?
Trying to get my bitch of a sister.
Can I open the window and just like shout out to them?
Okay, what do you say?
Help! Help! I'm in so much distress. I don't know this man. Help!
Sir, we're going to have to ask you to come down.
Alright, first off, I know what this looks like.
He's trying to kill me.
Second off, she's drunk. Third off, we live together. And,
Not like that.
fourth off,
We should
she
step
threw a
in
plank of
first
wood
and
at
come
me
out.
face.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. I got persuasion 13.
Okay. One of them goes, "Wait, that voice, is that Sylvia in there?"
Oh no.
Oh.
And one of them rolls their eyes and says, "Oh, it's just her," and they
They leave.
They leave.
Oh my God.
Yes, they knew me.
That looks like no one's coming to help you.
Talos pulls out a knife, puts it in his mouth, starts climbing.
Oh my God.
On the
I
street,
didn't realize that's so popular.
just from the street. Edgelord, what are you doing?
With the knife in his mouth.
Oh, you know, eye for an eye. Hey there, I got an eye patch with your name on it.
Oh my God.
He didn't hurt your eye. Stop that.
It's a saying. Just. What are you doing up there?
What it looks like I'm doing, getting the drunk.
Sounds like you want to murder the drunk.
Yes,
Look.
I want to murder the drunk, but the consequences outweigh the benefit.
Yeah.
And
True.
you have a knife in your mouth.
At this point, the half-elf comes to the window and says, "Could you get off the side of my house, please?"
I will when I have the drunk.
Listen.
So
to
just
this nice
allow us to
man.
handle this. These two are
They're the wild cards of our party. If you could just give us Sylvia, we'll make sure Thalos leaves with us, and we'll be on our merry way.
So at this point,
That's what he said.
I'm going to give the half elf 1 copper,
Okay.
thank him, and I'm going to leave through the front entrance.
Okay.
Because that's the best thing to do.
Okay. He sort of he's at that point he's probably just happy to be to not have to deal with this anymore.
From the top of the house, can I chuck my net onto Sylvia?
Your net?
I have a net.
It was through the, so if you're doing it through the window, that's going to be disadvantaged.
No, it's not through the window. She's walking out the front
Oh.
door,
Oh, okay.
and I'm on the high ground on the side of the house.
Let me check how the net works. Net. Proficiency with a net.
A smaller or larger creature hit by the net is restrained
Yeah.
until it is freed. The net has no effect on creatures that are formless or creatures that are huge
So
or
it-
larger. A creature can
Yeah.
use an action to make a DC. Okay, yeah.
It would be. It's basically. It would be a ranged weapon attack. So it just add your dexterity and proficiency bonus, which would be a total of +4.
Okay. So can I do it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my joint to roll for it.
Yeah. So yeah, +4.
Okay. 16 plus 4, so modified 20.
No.
All right. I'm pretty sure that hits Sylvia's armor class. So Sylvia, as you're walking out the door, just the net lands on you. And you are restrained by it.
At this point, I'm just going to take out a drink and just drink until I pass out.
Alice jumps down from the house, puts the knife away.
There, I caught the fucking drunk.
You feel accomplished now.
But at
Actually,
what cost?
yes.
But at what cost?
Just a little bit of your dignity.
Talos has no dignity.
assuming this man has dignity.
Talos-
Everybody has a little bit, whether they keep it hidden or not.
Thalos really steals no dignity. So don't mind my JoJo memes.
Motherfucking JoJo reference?
All right. As you make your way back to the house, Rhys, you hear a voice in your head.
I hear a voice in what?
In your head,
Oh.
and it said, and
See, for some reason, my mind auto-filled that blank with butthole.
I fucking hate you.
You
What
hear
did
a
it
voice
say?
in your
It's a-
butthole.
Yeah, that's cans.
it's a female voice, and it says, I am Vajra Safar, the Blackstaff. Come to Blackstaff Tower in the Castle Ward at once. Bring your friends.
What the fuck?
I don't like it.
And you
Alright.
are aware that the Blackstaff is basically the Archmage of Waterdeep. It's a
Wait a minute. Were those the people that the black staff? Are those the people that?
Yup.
Fuck.
Alright, y'all gonna think I'm crazy.
Can't be any worse than me.
The Blackstaff just told me to come to the tower and bring everyone here.
Blackstaff.
Yes.
You mean the Archmage of the city?
Yes!
Someone's...
It makes just about as much sense to me as it does to you. I don't know why she only told me in my brain. Unless she told one of you.
Thalos pulls up his hood. Thalos pulls up his mask.
Okay. That now looks slightly less conspicuous. Well,
You're right. They're
by a
best
certain
buddies.
from a certain perspective.
If we're going, let her out of the net.
Thalos holding the net.
Someone should also go and tell the bird.
Or
Thalos from down there, he'll release Sylvia, put both of his fingers in his mouth, make a high-pitched whistle towards the top of the house.
yeah, Ayal will come out in short order.
Alright, I guess we'll go.
Something.
Yeah, okay. So you make your way to the Blackstaff Tower, which is, I believe, in the castle ward. So it's a bit of a hike. Takes you a bit to get there. You pass by lots of bustling drays and people in the streets, and there are people hawking wares and the like. The city is lively as always. And you come to the Blackstaff Tower, which is a tall, basically it is a tall black tower. It's exactly what it sounds like, and it just is a stark, it stands out quite a bit among the rest of the buildings around it. And as you come up and knock on the door, after a moment it opens on its own. And,
Great.
Lighting.
My favorite.
and essentially, inside you, there's basically a spiral staircase heading up, and nothing else. As you make your way.
Thalos will keep his hands on his weapons at all times.
Okay. And as you all make your way up, you eventually come into a study with lots of books strewn about, bookcases. There's vials of alchemical substances here and there. And sitting at a desk is a woman you assume to be the Blackstaff herself. She is... Let me get a physical description for you. Damn it. One sec. Alright. She is not as elaborately dressed as you would sort of picture some, like, high-level wizards, but rather she has a practical robe, that's more of like a coat, some basic armor, tall leather boots. The coat is sort of a tan color that contrasts with the black leather armor that she's wearing. She's dark-skinned, and her hair is heavily braided and black. And she carries, as her office implies, a staff, which is taller than her and ends in a crook at the top. And she looks up when you enter and says, you answered my summons promptly. That's good.
Care to tell me why you decided to invade my brain instead of just sending a messenger like any other normal person would?
For me, magic is normal.
Yeah, magic is normal, but it feels a little impolite. Whatever.
Magic? Where?
Be quiet, you.
My friend, you're standing in the presence of the Blackstaff of Waterdeep. Everything here is magic.
Thalos kind of hides behind Rhys a little.
I don't like magic.
Show your team.
Buddy, I'm pretty sure whatever's going on with your arm is pretty magical.
That's why I don't like magic.
Arm?
Fair enough.
Never mind. I don't need. Well, if you want to tell me, you can. I won't begrudge you if you want to keep your secrets.
Nothing. I just have this funny looking eye patch I keep in my arm as memorabilia of my long lost cousin.
Sure, that's exactly what that's for.
Alright. I'll get to the point. You've done a great service to this city. all of you. I received message from Rainier that you helped him.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yes. And I wanted to make you all an offer. I run, among other things, I run an organization called Force Grey here in Waterdeep, which is an elite force of adventurers that I can call upon in times of need. Among its number, I believe, she looks at you, Sylvia, and says, I believe you're familiar with Maloon War Dragon.
With who?
The what?
With Maloon War Dragon. That would be your drinking buddy from the first session.
Oh, yes! And before I join, I do have a question.
Well, let me get to the point first. Force Grey also has a sort of lower tier organization, I suppose, called the Grey Hands, which is essentially helpers that I can call upon if Waterdeep is in a time of crisis. That is what I'm offering.
I see. So specialized soldiers is what you're looking for.
There are perks. There are perks as well.
Errand boys.
I didn't say specialized for no reason.
Yes.
Sounds more like personalized errand boys to me.
We would not tap you often for missions. You would mostly be able to go about your business as usual, but every once in a while, I might have something I need taken care of, and every once in a while, you might need a little help getting out of a tight spot. Quid pro quo.
And are we allowed to sleep on this? Or do we need to decide right now?
I'm in no rush.
Does this require...
So, do you guys answer to the guards? Do they answer to you?
I command the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors. The mages of this city report to me.
That's not what I asked. Where do you guys stand with the actual...
We are officially recognized part of the government here in Waterdeep. If that's what you're wondering.
Yes.
Sylvia, what were you saying?
Does this require a background check?
I know who you are, Sylvia Carter.
Oh.
And as for the other
Honey,
people in our group,
I believe everybody knows who you are, honey. You have quite a personality.
your reputation seems to precede you.
Yes, quite.
I don't concern myself too much with the backgrounds of the people in at least for the Grey Hands. You can consider the Grey Hands as a means of proving yourself, of demonstrating your dedication to this city or your willingness to help it in times of need. Force Grey is more specially handpicked.
All right.
You might find yourself there one day if you impress me.
Well,
What?
I'll do it. I got nothing better to do. But you're gonna have to
like that.
probably take a little more convincing from them.
I'll join. My buddy's in this.
What about the rest of you?
Have you both gone mad? You just want to take this with no thought at all?
Oh, I thought about it already. It only took a little bit. All I do is wander around Waterdeep and beat up punks anyway, so might as well do it and get benefits for it.
What say you, Red One?
I hesitate to join the government forces, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, same.
Well, none of you are under any pressure. If you'd prefer to leave it to some members of your party, I understand. Now,
We'll just stay there and want to sleep on it, and we'll come back to you all later with a verdict.
all right. Well, if you have, While they do that, if you're looking for something to do, I can give you your first. We'll call it a short errand.
All right.
I'd like you to seek out Plum. He's a monk who lives in a cave on the side of Mount Waterdeep. Ask him what he's heard about threats to the city, but try not to annoy him or overstay your welcome.
Try not to annoy him or what?
Or overstay.
Try not to annoy him.
Or overstay your welcome.
All right.
You're asking her, the drunk.
And actually, Sylvia, you dimly recognize the name Hlam. If you recall, when you entered the city proper, you were part of a. Yeah, no, it's Mount Waterdeep. When you entered the city proper, Sylvia, you joined a monastery for a bit, where you got your monk training. Hlam was the Grand Master of that monastery, although you never actually met him.
Oh.
He was sort of lived remotely from the proceedings.
Okay then.
Would I know who he was?
You might have heard of him, but only in passing.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's a figure of some note. But yeah.
All right, we'll go check out Plum, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the name comes across well over voice chat, but that would be that.
Okay.
Plum.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So, the Black Staff dismisses you.
Everyone else can leave, but I'm gonna stay behind for a minute.
Okay. She raises an eyebrow but nods, and once everyone else has left, she says, "What would you? Do you have a question for me?"
Yeah, I do have a question for you. You happen to know where a certain cleric might be?
A cleric. I'm not intimately familiar with the movements of the more divine orders of the city.
Well, let's narrow it down. A paladin.
A paladin. You'd still have to be more specific.
Gold skin, haughty attitude, has a I'm better than you complex.
I don't know the individual of whom you speak. Waterdeep is home. You have to understand, Waterdeep is home to many people from all walks of life, really.
She's an Azamar.
Well, that does narrow it down. Tell you what, if I hear anything, and you feel like maybe rethinking the whole joining the order question, we can talk. And she's sort of playing with a little stylus in her hand as she speaks.
Qua?
I'm saying she's just fiddling with a little stylus in her hand.
Yeah, Thal sits there and thinks for a moment.
Well, I suppose I'll get to my business with you at a later date then.
As you wish. She gives a little smirk and gestures to the door.
Thalos leaves.
All right.
Oh, and before he steps out, he's got 1 foot out.
And if you do find her, tell her T's looking for her.
She looks at you strangely but nods.
All right, he leaves.
Okay. Unless there's anything you guys want to get to immediately, I think we can call it there.
No.
Can't think of anything pressing.
Okay. Cool.
Oh.
So we'll call it there then. That was fun.
Cool, I can go eat food.
Yeah, so can I. All right, so Tuesday we'll try to continue the other campaign. And then we can talk about hopefully.
You guys have fun with that.
Yeah. Sorry about the whole schedule thing. Tuesday's the only day Rebecca could make it.
Oh, unfortunately, I can't really skip out on the other group. I kind of run it, so.
Yeah.
That's okay. We got it.
Yeah. All right. And we'll talk at a later date about the in-person session. And which we can hopefully do, because I am excited about that possibility.
Oh, for the party?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yee.
yeah.
Yeah, basically, when you guys know whether or not you can make it to the party, I just want to know how late you think you can stay.
How what?
How late you think you'll be able to stay.
I mean, I'm off.
Depends on the day of the week.
I'm off.
It's Sunday, and I'm off. I'm off for 5 days. The 21st to the